There was a video that a few days ago went viral on social media that was coming out of Montgomery County. Now, if you've been following me for a while, I have talked about Montgomery County plenty of times in a lot of my videos when I had to have a reason to bring it up. This is another reason right here. So basically, in that video that went viral was this guy right here who we now know as Anthony Brennan III, who decided he was going to be Billy Badass and decide to put his hands on this young girl. So basically what was happening is you had this family who was going around posting up signs, about George Floyd. Now, mind you, this family is white, just like him. Just throwing that in there for some context. He apparently got so upset because he was riding his bike, as you can see right there in the picture on the right. And he got so upset that they were posting up these signs that he went over and started messing with this girl. He actually went to her, grabbed her by her wrist, and snatched the signs out of her hand. And I believe that the older woman was her mother. Went over there to confront the man. He just kind of said something and walked away and got his bike. Then what he did after that was he took his bike and used it to run over the person who was recording, who was another guy. And I'm only going to assume that maybe that was the dad. And then the video ends. It's only about a 30-second clip. Well, this guy, they were looking for this guy for like 3 days. And they finally caught him today. And it is currently June 5th, 2020. So they've been looking for this guy since the 2nd. And they finally caught him. So I'm going to go ahead and read this article and see what else comes of it. It says a 60-year-old Maryland man was arrested Friday after a video appeared to show him violently grab an object from a young adult who was posting signs protesting the death of George Floyd. The Maryland National Capital Park Police said in a news release that Anthony Brennan III of Kensington, Maryland, was charged with 3 counts of second-degree assault. Police said the incident occurred Monday on Capitol Crescent Trail. The trail runs along MacArthur Boulevard in northwest Washington, D.C. and into Montgomery County in Maryland. The 34-second video shows a cyclist walking up to a young adult. Someone yells, "She has nothing. Do not touch her, sir." But the man grabs her arm for several seconds and wrestles an object from her. The cyclist then was shown picking up his bicycle, running with it toward the person shooting the video and forcing him to the ground. It was not immediately clear whether Brennan has an attorney who will comment on the charges. Brennan appeared to have been an employee of the Made to Order Incorporated, a branding company that helps create promotional products. Shortly after Brennan's arrest was announced, the company tweeted a statement that it had fired an employee who engaged in disturbing, wrongful, and completely unacceptable behavior directed toward peaceful demonstrators. The group of people said they were putting up flyers near Delacarlia Tunnel in Bethesda, promoting justice for Floyd. Bystander video showed a Minneapolis police officer. I'm not going to read that part. So there you have it. He got upset just for the mere fact they were putting up signs. They were doing something completely harmless, and he got upset about that. Like I said, it does not take much to piss them off. But I said the interesting part about it is he did this against other white people, and he did it on camera and had no shame in doing it either, because he knew he was being recorded. That's why he took his bike and used it as a weapon, which I'm sure they are going to charge him with as well, because he did use a form of transportation as a weapon in that instance. He didn't care. And like I said, he didn't give a motive as to why he did it. He just did it because he felt like a badass that day. Like you have to be a very weak individual to take something out of a child's hand. Now they say young adult. Now it doesn't specify. Now I'm looking at the video. They had the person's image blurred out, so that's why I can only assume that this person was a minor, because they didn't blur out the image of the woman either. Now we couldn't see the guy because he was behind the camera. But yeah, hopefully this guy definitely gets some jail time behind that, because that was absolutely and completely uncalled for whatever reason he had or some kind of gripe. But the fact that he did that while they was hanging up signs about George Floyd lets you know what he feels about the situation involving George Floyd. He's probably one of those MAGA supporters or one of those Blue Lives Matter supporters. But hopefully he gets exactly what he deserves.